Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh, we're doing some epic things here. It is Travel the World as a Speaker. I am your host. Let me pull the microphone closer. I am your host, Phylecia Jones. Hopefully my hair looks like I have been running around crazy. Now, as you can see here on my YouTube channel, I got a brand new camera. And we're going to switch over to it in a moment. So I got a camera over here, and I got my Instagram camera here, and I got my main camera here. So there's a lot of things going on. Hopefully hopefully it is going well. So you're used to seeing me there. So I just plugged this camera in today. So we are playing with it. So if you see me like looking over here, I don't know which way I'm looking. I know, and I don't have it all programmed ready to go, but tonight, we're going to talk about how to start a business, and I'm going to move this out of the way for my YouTube people. I was kind of like running around to try to get everything ready to go, and I was getting close to time. But we're going to talk about how to start a business around speaking, because this show is all about leveraging speaking so that you can travel the world. Of course, this show is brought to you by iFind You Close, where we actually go out and research and find speaking engagements for you, and we deliver them to you every Monday. So it's been a crazy day. This week's speaking gigs are all about retail, I forgot all of them, technology, and there's one human resources. So if you're looking for those types of audiences and you know that you have content for them, you might want to come and check us out over here at iFind You Close, because we just posted those today, and they are definitely looking for people just like you. Now, I got to get used to my camera being over here, because once we get started, I'm going to be flipping over here. So hello to everyone in Instagram world, everyone in YouTube world. Thank you so very much for being here. I'm pretty excited. Now, I usually start the show with trying to give you some type of travel story, but I'm just too excited about my cameras, and I'm not going to talk about a travel story today. But we are going to talk about starting a business, because for a lot of people, if you are going to be leveraging speaking to travel, we definitely want to make sure that you put a business around what you are doing. There's a reason why, and I think we talked about this before, so that you can have the appropriate write-offs, you can cover yourself, the limited liability, you can get the insurance, all of those cool benefits. But I'm going to give you a couple of steps, baby steps. These are some minute baby steps when it comes to starting a business. And I know some of these things are going to be a little unpopular, but I think they're going to be the right things to get you started. So let's go ahead. Let me switch over to my full front camera. Hey, how you doing? So this is my new camera here, and it operates a little bit differently than my other one. So I'm still working on the color. I might be a little crooked. I got to get all of the settings in the background right. So there's a lot more work over there. There's a lot of work that I have to do over here, but as you can see, I'm loving this camera. And of course, here's my other camera here. I'm full body. So I'm one of those people, I actually put pants on, but you won't be able to see my pants. I have to put the pants on. That's why I tell people, when you're speaking, put your pants on. For those of you who are on Instagram, you have no idea what's going on. So if you want to come check us out and see all of my scene changes, go to ifindyouclose.com/YouTube. Now, the reason why I'm doing all of this is because these are just these little steps when it comes to upgrading your experience that you give as a speaker. These are all the little things that we've talked about before. You're going to have to start upgrading your experience so that, you know what, you can move around, people can see you, you can have fun. And I am loving doing all of these camera switches, but I am in experimental mode when it comes to doing the virtual speaking, because I want to be able to give a really cool experience when I'm talking. I realize I'm not going to be able to sit, so I'm going to move my chair out the way. This means all of my hair has to be combed, even the backside. But I'm just experimenting with all these different cameras. So if you want to know what cameras I'm using, they're going to be down in the comment box here on YouTube. So my front camera here, this is the Logitech Brio. So far, so good. It is updated, I think a couple of years ago, an updated camera. I think it can do 4K quality. So that's why it does look pretty good. I still haven't figured out the coloring, so I may look a little green, but that's okay. you see me here. This other camera that I'm using over here, this is my Logitech C920 full HD. It has been beautiful for years. I'm still going to be using this, and because why not? And of course, I'm using my cell phone here over here on Instagram, and I'm using the Sony Xperia for my cell phone experience. So hopefully you're not getting sick of me switching back and forth. I'm just having so much fun. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this. Of course, if you got any questions about anything that I'm using here tonight, just let me know. But I want to go ahead and start and give you a couple of pointers when it comes to starting a business, especially when we are going to be leveraging speaking. When we're going to be leveraging speaking to travel the world, you need to create a business around you, around this brand, around what you are doing. Now, there are many, 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 many positive reasons to starting a business around your next endeavor. So for my 9-to-5 people, you might not be thinking like, okay, this is a business for real. Yes, for my 9-to-5 people, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you can cover yourself. Limited liability. If you have some issues, you don't want it pulling from your personal finances. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure you can do the write-offs under your business name. That is another benefit. And of course, if you ever grow, you want to be able to have this business make its own money. Now, there's tons and tons of reasons to start a business, but I just want to give you a couple of ideas, because if we're going to be using this speaking thing, I want to make sure that you put yourself and cover yourself, CYA. If you don't know what that means, Google it. I want you to be able to cover yourself when it comes to having this business. And of course, when you're out there speaking and you're dealing with contracts, you want to show off, you want to show that you know what you're doing and that you are an established business person and you have your stuff together. Duh. That's why we're going to start a business. So I'm going to give you a couple of steps when it comes to starting your business. Now, the first thing, number one, and I have to tell you, I'm so sorry, I don't have a lot of my little gadgets in place, and maybe I can make some things happen. I don't have all of my gadgets in place to make this a very interactive experience, but I'm gonna give it a try. I have been on the phone doing this. Doing so many things today that I didn't prepare for you, and I feel so bad for not doing that. But you know what? We're gonna make this work. So here is the first thing that you need to do when it comes to starting your business, and let's see if I can actually make this work. I have no idea if I can make this work. All right, let's do this. Boom! Create a product. All right. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, well, this is not how you start a business. The reason why I say create a product is because I need you to get into the mindset that this is going to be real. Now, your product, we've had a couple of videos talking about Gumroad. We've talked about ebooks. We've talked about templates and courses and all those things. But the biggest thing that's going to be your product is you speaking. So that is your very first product that you are going to create. So it could be Phylecia Jones Speaks, The House of Speaking by Phylecia. You don't have to get that fancy. But let's make sure we have a product first. Because, there's always good reasons to starting a business. But sometimes, to be honest, if you don't have a product, there's no purpose. And the reason why I want you to have a product is because it's going to drive you to get things done. All right. So we want to make sure we create that product first. All right, let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can do this properly. I probably can't because, I just don't have my stuff together. All right, so the second thing, I have notes. I really do have notes. And let's see. Number 2. I know you did not sign up for me to type, but that's okay. You're about to see me type, and you're about to see me do things off screen. All right, number 2 is give your name a business. Give your business a name. Don't give your name a business. Give your business a name. Like I said, you want to make sure you create a product. The second thing you want to do is give yourself a name. Now, you don't have to spend all day, all night trying to figure out what is the name of my business. You can name it after you. You don't have to name it Phylecia Jones, but name it your first name and your last name. And you can say Phylecia Jones Speaks, Phylecia Jones Consulting, Natalie Portman incorporate it, whatever it takes. If you have a creative name, go for it. If not, your name is just as beautiful, and it actually will work. And the reason why I want you to, one, create that product, two, create give your business a name, is because I want you to start putting yourself where this is going to be real. All right. This is where we're going to start making this very real, a very a thing that'll get you all driven. Like, you know what? I'm out here. I'm really trying to get on these stages, and I'm absolutely ready to start speaking. So sometimes these little things just kind of move you into the position of like, oh my gosh, this is about to be real, and I want it to be real for you. The other reason why you want to create your name is when you're creating your contracts, when you're creating your videos, when you're creating your products, you could put your name on your product so people will know exactly who they are doing business with. All right. So, and here's the third thing. We're going to say number 3 and not number 2. All right. I'm going to lowercase something because I want to stay. Oh my gosh, did I switch over? Sorry, you guys get to see me, see what I'm watching on television today. Let's go back to this camera. I forget, my husband did my keys and he changed everything. I love my husband, but I can't let him touch my keyboard anymore. All right, the number 3 thing that you want to do is to get your LLC and federal EIN. So your LLC, this is something that you're going to go to your state. You're going to work with this in your state. Now, I'm here in the United States, so I can only speak about here in the United States. If you're watching me from another country, you're going to have to get on this YouTuber and find someone that can help you start a business in your country or where you live. Now, here in the United States, you will have to go to your state. I only know about Colorado. I know about California, so you need to look into whether or not you need to create your business inside of your city, your county, and then your state. More than likely, creating it in your state is just a good way to start, and it doesn't cost you much. What we do here is you go to your, let's see, you can just do a basic Google search. And I will start with here in Colorado. And this is where you're going to have to be very picky, very careful of where you are. Let me see if I can go over here to my left screen so you can see what I'm looking at. So I'm at this camera again. Hey. So you want to make sure you're very careful for where you go. You don't necessarily need to go through, the legal Zooms and anything like that. This is going to be very basic. So when you're getting ready to do more things, then you're going to have to dig a little bit deeper. But just to get your LLC, you want to, anything that has an ad on it, we're going to avoid that. We're going to go directly to the state of Colorado. All right. And I know what it looks like in the state of Colorado. The Secretary of State might be the same for your state as well. So that's where you want to go. And you just follow it's going to be a lot of words in tiny print. So what you'll want to do is just kind of look through this information of how you start a business. So register your business with Colorado Secretary of State by filing online. It costs $10. It really does cost $10. And as you can see here in Colorado, you do your partnerships, your cooperatives. What you're going to be looking for is your LLCs and trade names. So that's what you want, because one, you want to make sure that nobody else has your name. Yeah. And then you're going to do your limited liability company. And you can also file for your trade names as well. If you don't have anything crazy unique, you want to look at that as well, but you would definitely want to go for that limited liability company here in the state of Colorado. You just follow the instructions, as you can see. Follow the instructions, go to your state, and make sure you know exactly where to go. Now, like I said, I can only talk about Colorado. I think it cost me like somewhere between $10 to $25. I did this some years ago, and I can do this every year, and I have to pay $10. So that's the first thing you want to do. And I did tell you to go file a federal EIN. So let's go over here again. A federal EIN. This is with the federal government here in the United States. And what you're going to do, these is absolutely free to do this. It really is absolutely free to do this. This is your tax ID number if you don't want to use your social security number. And FYI, you don't want to use your social security number. That's what we don't want to do. I can't remember which camera I'm looking at. I feel so fancy now. So you don't want to use your social security number. So this is where you're going to go get an EIN. Your social security is a backup. It's just another way when you're filing taxes, and you could put it on your invoices so people are like, oh no, it's a real business. So what you need to do is go to the IRS EIN tax ID number, and you can just file for it. You start your application. Easy peasy. It really is that simple. Or you can go to the IRS website. It's going to lead you all to the same exact place. And actually, if there was a button that says file, so you can get your IRS.gov EIN within 5 minutes. It really doesn't take a lot of time, and all you have to do is follow the instructions. Now, here's the thing: be careful. Depending on your budget, you can hire somebody to do this, and they will charge you anywhere from $150 to $750. You can do this on your own. And like I said, for my folks here on YouTube, if you want to see what I'm doing, you're going to have to join me over here at ifindyouclothes.com/YouTube. All right. So far we've talked about create your first product. And I just like that because it just gets you all fired up. Give your name a business. I say give your business a name, but give your name a business. Don't do that. And then the third thing is you're going to get your LLC and federal EIN. So 2 steps. You're going to go to your state, and you're going to go to the federal government here in the United States. If you're in a different country, you're going to have to go figure out what you need to do in your country. Because I mean, like my friend Paul said, I'm not a Wikipedia. I'm not even the internet, but sometimes I may try, but it's best if you go to the internet. All right. So the next thing, here's the next thing we're going to do. And remember, I wasn't prepared for you all today. I feel so bad. Sorry about that. I have to remember I'm still using these keys. My husband. It's like I could use it and then it goes back. So if I keep going back and forth here on YouTube, I'm so sorry. My keys are attached to, I'm using OBS. So my number pad here is attached and it switches back and forth. And I'm not trying to make it switch. I'm a hot mess in a handbag today, ain't I? All right, let's throw this up here. Number 4, create a consulting calendar link. Now, I talked about this over the weekend when it comes to how to make $5,000 as a speaker. I want you to go back and watch that video. I will link it down here in the comment box and in the description box as well. So what you want to do is create a consulting calendar link. You want to use something like a Calendly or Acuity. I use Acuity, and I'll actually show you what that looks like. This is Acuity. And when I say a calendar link, what I want you to do, this is a appointment scheduler, so people can book time with you. And the reason why I want you to do this is going to be product number 2. This is going to be your consulting link. This is going to be your 101 hourly rate. This is your second product. Also, you can send invoices. This is going to force you to set up PayPal or Stripe so that you can send out invoices. I would highly recommend using PayPal, and you will attach it. You will attach this to your calendar link. All right. And what I mean by that is I will show you how I do this for iFind You Clothes. All right. Once you get this all set up, Acuity or Calendly, you're going to connect PayPal or Stripe. I use Stripe, but you can connect PayPal to it as well. And the reason why you're doing this is because it's going to, one, help you set yourself up so that you can take payment. And then for those who want to do hourly consulting with you, doesn't have anything to do with speaking yet, but this is going to be product number 2, is if somebody wants your one-on-one time, pick your brain sessions, or sometimes even with speaking, you can run your speaking through this as well. You know, they can book 5 hours of speaking for however much you want to charge. And this is what it will look like when you have it all together. So these are 3 different products or 3 different scheduling things. They have an hourly rate on them, and then somebody can go through and schedule time with you. And the one thing I do love about this is they put in their name, they sign the contract, and then they go purchase. That's why I want you to set this up. Remember, a lot of us, we get really excited about starting a business, but sometimes we don't do all of the things that we need to do to start the business. We get excited and we get into product mode and marketing mode. Product and marketing. I've been there. I've done this myself. You get into product and marketing, but you don't have a way like, oh, you want to give me money. All right, so let's figure out how to give money. So that's why I want you to create the product. I don't want you to market it yet. I just want you to get excited about it. And then I want you to go through all the other steps to create this business. And then I want you to set up this hourly thing here, this hourly rate inside of a calendar link. Because one, I want you to start valuing your time instantly. The moment you start this, I want you to start valuing your time. Now, not like trying to speculate how much you are, but I just want you to realize that your time, your knowledge, what you're doing is precious. And this is going to be the first step in you putting boundaries around it and then charging what you are worth. So that's why I want you to do all of these things first. All right. All of these little things. And that was the 5th thing that I had for you. Let me go ahead and put this up here. That was the 5th thing that I had for you, was to attach. All right. I can't use the thing because I will do this. That was the 5th thing that I had for you, was to attach your PayPal or Stripe link. Now, these are very, very basic things when it comes to starting a business. Very basic things when it comes to starting this business. There are more things that can be involved, but this is something that'll get you up and going right now. And the reason why I did it this way, because I wish I had done it this way when I first started. I got so excited about creating all these packages and products and programs that I didn't set up a way to get paid first. I didn't have a way to create boundaries because I would go back and forth through email. What about this time? What about this time? What about, like, no, I want you to set yourself up and put those boundaries. And I want you to go ahead and start putting a value on your time and your knowledge. Even if your hourly rate is $45 to $60 an hour, I don't care. I want you to start putting a value on that in the beginning. And I want you to start building this business around your speaking. All right. Because remember, there's tons of benefits of why we are out here speaking. And that is, you know, we can do the write-offs. We can give ourselves protection. We don't have to make sure this money, we don't have to deal with fraud, you know, or everything will go to the business and not to us directly. And I just want you to just set yourself up so that you can be in money-making mode. Like I said, I've done this, and these are some of the things I wish I had started with. And the reason why I want you to do that product first is because we want to make sure when you are out there speaking that you have something that you can leverage, that people can purchase, that even if they're not paying you to speak, we can, you know, we can figure out a way to negotiate for people to buy what you have. And the reason why we go through all these different steps is, you know, creating the product, giving your name a business so that you can start putting your name out there, get your LLC and federal EIN. That's to protect you and to make yourself legit. And we're going to create that consulting and calendar link. And this is just going to spur you to create that PayPal, the PayPal business, the Stripe business, so that you can run invoices. And also you're going to create product number 2, where you're going to do your consulting. And for some of you who are doing hourly consulting, and you can call it hourly speaking. I know a lot of people who speak hourly, meaning they train. You can send people to your link so that they can get your time, and you can go start training their people. And then finally you create that PayPal, and that's when we start being in business. We want to make sure people can pay us properly. Basic. These are not all of the sexy steps to starting a business, but these are just some things that I want you to get started. Of course, if you need more help, you can go to a business attorney. You can go to other business consultants that'll give you step-by-step guidance on starting your own business. But this is the quick and dirty way. but to get you excited about what you're doing and to kind of put you in the mode of like, you know what, this speaking thing can be real and I can make this happen. And it doesn't matter if you're a 9 to 5. It doesn't really matter if you already have a business. If you want to start putting your speaking career under a different business, you can do that as well. So I just want to get you just fired up so that you can get out there. You can start pitching. Of course, you can go check out iFindYouClose.com because we have new speaking gigs. I have my new camera here. Oh my gosh, I have my new camera and I'm so excited because I'm about to do some fun things even when it comes to my speaking. So it's still a little clunky at the moment. For my Instagram folks, you have no idea why I'm looking this way and this way, but you know, I love you. I love you. But I'm just so excited about the different cameras that I have over here. And I kind of feel like I'm on a delay, so I'm going to be playing around with all of these different things. So as you can see, I'm just like a kid, not in a candy store, because I can't handle that stuff anymore. I can't. I really can't. Oh, boy. This is fun. This is fun. I hope you are excited. So when you launch your business, I want you to tell me what's going on. And I have to send out a big shout out to Annette. She watched the other video on how to create products inside of Gumroad. Is it how to use Gumroad to boost your revenue? Within 15 minutes, she had a product up and ready to go. Yay! And she's out there searching for speaking gigs. So I just want to make sure that you have ways to make money, even in addition to this speaking and traveling and all this other stuff. So that's all I got for you. So I'm going to sign off here on my Instagram, folks. First, yeah, I love you. Thank you for hanging out with me. You weren't able to see everything, so you can see why I'm just all excited and bouncy, but you'll see it in the future. So take care of yourself. I will see you tomorrow. What are we talking about tomorrow? I think we're doing something fun tomorrow. I just don't remember. We're going to talk about how to use Canva to create a virtual presentation. So excited, so excited, so excited. We're going to talk about Canva and why I love Canva for virtual presentation. So see you tomorrow. Bye. All right, for my folks here on YouTube, thank you for hanging out with me. Sorry that my screen went back and forth. I have to get my husband to unprogram these things. And I am loving the cameras. I'm loving all of these cameras. I'm glad that you're able to hang out with me. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so much fun. So I have a secret. I want to get a third one, but I'm just having fun right now at the moment. So take care of yourself. Be healthy. I will see you tomorrow. We're going to talk about using Canva to create a virtual presentation, and we're going to make it fun. So see you then. Bye.